Good morning, everyone. It's Monday, January 27th, and this is my second recording for today because my first one I did without turning on the microphone. Anyway, it was a good session, awesome, and we talked about everything, so the recording is now over, and have a good day. I'm just joking. Anyway, now I'm going to repeat everything I said to myself and no one else could hear. So I'm recapping where we were and where we left off on Friday. We had this big move last week, and now I have to draw the fib that I removed during my first recording. And what I had done is that I was setting up a trade together with Eric Bailey from the Facebook group, and I had also drawn another fib from here to here, and I said that there was a sweet spot zone here, or optimal trading entry here, that I would be looking at to see if potentially there was a trade. It ended up not being, but what we did see in this zone was that the price was starting to break apart, meaning that this down move, which we fully expected, started to show breaking patterns, if you want to call it that. That this down move was starting to lose momentum, and so I'm going to recap on what the signs were. And what we start seeing here is we start looking at around here, we start seeing wicks on the bottom. So the price, the move down was starting to lose momentum. So there was less and less interest in pushing this price down to the one that could see it, right? To the ones that couldn't see it, they felt that, holy cow, this is going to be something where price is going to completely take back that gain that was over here, right? That was last week, the pull up here, and people saw this bar here and said, oh, this one is going to go all the way down. This one, I'm going to short this baby, like I'm going to be rich, I'm going to sell a Ferrari, I'm going to buy a Lamborghini instead, you know, all that kind of jazz. But what was actually happening was just a normal retracement that we expected, and we called out last week, and what we said is price came up about 115 pips, and I had called out that this area was the area where I expect the price to come to, and so I set a buy limit in this area. But then as I saw this play out on 15-minute, 5-minute, and 1 minute, I start seeing signs here that this is slowing down, and I didn't want to take a trade over here because I was 50 pips away from this sweet spot zone, and so I just sat here and waited for price to get weaker and weaker on 5 minutes and 1 minute, and I saw this candle where we have a big volume, big wick, and close this high up, and that's when I switched down to 1 minute and just waited for price to really start playing out. And I felt that I had a hesitation here, and I felt right here, it wasn't on 1 minute that I took the trade, but I sat here watching it. I saw it go up, go down, go up, go down, and then come back up here, and I felt that this is a pretty good area, and I pulled this line here where the price is broken over, and I felt I'm gonna enter here. So, and I was only 18 pips away from my original buy limit order that I had already set at the other sweet spot, so I was comfortable with this trade because I knew that if it drops down to here to pick me up, it's 18 to 22 pips, I could handle that, so I was okay with it. So I took the trade there, and then the other order that I had, the buy limit order that I had, which I'd called out, kicked in, and it kicked in over here, and then we had a kicker of just about 18 pips, so a stop loss hunt, which I expected fully, so that was okay. And then I said on Friday, or actually the recap that I did from my live show that didn't work out too well, that I recorded on Saturday, I said that on Monday we're going to wake up and we're going to be in profit, and I said that to Eric Bailey on the Facebook group as well. I said we'll be in profit, so I'm not worried. I'll sleep good. And here we are. We're in profit. We're 46 pips on one and 23 pips on the other one. That's where I'm at. I don't know where anyone else is, but this is what I'm doing. I expect the price to now continue up. So in order to find out where it's going, I would just do the fib backwards, basically from the top to the bottom, and then zoom out a little bit and take a look at, actually don't zoom out too much and go to 4 hours, and we have the first extension, the first profit level here and the second profit level up here, and they both coincide with now what's considered resistance. So that's perfect. This one needs to be moved up here, and so I expect price to come up here, and this is where you can, if you want to, you can, if you want to, I'll do it this way and this way. It doesn't, this is just a area of consolidation, or prices turned, support and resistance. So the yellow box is just to highlight where I believe first profit level and second profit level exist. So here you could go in and you could take out some of your profit and then close out your full position here. While I expect price to come all the way up here, that might not happen until March or April. Here, if you want to take out part of your profit, we're trading 003, so you just double click on your open trade and you change from 003 to, let's say, 002, meaning you take a 001 off the table, and you will still see that it continues riding with a 002. So you could do that, or you could just let it ride up and take your profit wherever you want to. I'm not telling you what to do, but this is where I'm at right now. Price is right now at a resistance level, and we can see the little hesitation here, and it's a pretty strong one. If we look over here, here, and here, and here, and here, so it's going to take a little effort to get over it, but that's okay. Fully expect it to come up here, so just going to let this one sit. I have one more trade from OddCAD, and I took this one because I've seen this one on my big account, and OddCAD is sitting at the bottom. Even on weekly, if you look, we can look back here. This is 2015, 2013. This is truly, truly, truly the bottom. I mean, could it go lower? Of course it could. We're talking about 2010, talking about this breaking through in 2008, and we all know what happened then. But there's no such catalyst there right now, so I felt that the bottom was really here, and what I had looked at is this as the structure for where I was going to enter in, and these candles here that we can zoom in on was telling me the same thing. We see a break in volume here. Here's the indecision candle, like something's about to change. Low volume on this bearish candle, meaning that it's starting to ebb out, and then you have a big candle, big volume, so there's strength in this down move, but it's like the final kind of down move, and you had a wick on it. So something's happening, and as you go down, you'll see more of this signs, which we will. And then you have this candle where you see a big wick, came down to this level that I drawn out, and that was my decision to enter on that candle. And this is how it looks like when you keep walking down, and as you keep walking down, you will see that there's more and more clues that the price is about to change. Well, so we had a bottom here, so for it to come down here, it was expected, since the liquidity is below here, and the liquidity is because there's stop losses sitting here on people that have been bullish. They put the stop losses here, so smart thing is to just go down here and pick them out, right? Trigger the stop losses, that creates new supply, And once you've exhausted that supply, then you can take it up, because then you're just one of the few people in the market at that point, so you can reap all the profit to yourself. So that's how that works. So you can see bigger volume here, right? Apologies. Big wick, right? So the body, or the spread on the body, doesn't match the volume. So you can see that this is definitely breaking up. And this bearish candle doesn't really have any strength in it. And this one here is even less. Bigger body, lower volume, right? So that's, as we keep walking down, you'll continue seeing what's happening here. Here you see more wicks, indecision, less of volume, big body, small volume. So it's being exhausted. There's no effort behind this big body, right? So just testing the supply, seeing what's left, but there's no juice behind this big body. So and then you see this a bullish candle, right? Small body, much smaller than this body, but bigger volume. So that's kind of like, okay, something's happening. So in 15 minutes to starting to tell you even more, here's a tweezer pair that some people would recognize, meaning that it's about to go bullish. It's a typical candle pattern, and we just keep looking at the down move is losing strength. The volume's going down, so there's no strength in this, right? And then again, you have the same candle as you had on 30 minutes, a bullish candle with a big wick, and this is the disguise. People that are not used to looking at chart this way would say, well, it pushed up and it couldn't hold, so the bears are still stronger than the bulls. No, that's a disguise of market makers and smart money buying into the market, but not revealing to the people that are used to seeing this, right? Not revealing what they're up to. So here they're buying in, and you can see the volume versus the body. You see this body versus the volume, right? So there's your sign. And as you just keep climbing down, you just see more and more of that stuff. So that's my decision. I entered, and I'm currently in 3.3 pips in profit. I expect that by the end of the week, this will be a very good trade for me. And I also took a 004 position. It's the 4th week, and I said that I was going to start entering 004 this week. Didn't hit 400 last week, which I was aiming for. We're close to 400 right now. My goal for this week is 500. I'm going to try. That's the goal. Don't know if I can get there. I need the Euro CAD positions to close out a little bit more in profit. So I want to get up here at least, this area here, at least before I start thinking about closing them out, so I can open up that equity to other trades. Can I let it sit to this spot? Of course I can, and I can just start putting on TSL. And that would be, you just right click and put a trailing stop loss, right? TSL. And just let them ride and lock in the profit every 9 pips or 5 or 9 pips. You always have to consider the spread, but you know that if you do that TSL by 5 p.m. Eastern time, you're for sure going to get kicked out, because the spread's going to increase and your stop loss is going to kick in. So if you want to have it continue riding, you remove that TSL and you expand yourself to allow for about 30 pips or so in stop loss during the broker's hour. So this is what I'm doing right now. So I'm just going to let this sit. I'm not going to take any more trades because I still have a lot of risk in here. Although I'm going to start moving this into break even, meaning I can't lose money on it. So the stop loss is going to move up a little bit. I just want to see a little bit more power juice up in here. There's not a lot of catalyst in the market today. If we look at the news, there's not a whole lot. That we have new home sales coming in here, and so this could potentially rock rock that pair, and we could have another retest of this area down here before we see the push up. So I'm letting that sit as it is right now. So and that's what I'm doing for today. So I'm not taking any more trades until I can lock in and feel comfortable about these trades. If I see that these are, I'm locking them in and moving them into profit zone, then I may take another trade. Don't know what that is right now because I haven't honestly been in here and looking at the trades, but I'll start scanning for the trades and see if I see anything. But and I may just post that set up in the Facebook group, so if you're there, you'll get an announcement about what I'm planning on doing, and then we'll recap about that tomorrow. So that's it for today, and it's been a good start to Monday, and looking forward trying to hit 500 this week. All right, I see you guys tomorrow. Thanks.